In this video, I will show you how you can get a pipe through the structural framing if you need the headroom. Now, this is actually a problem one of our viewers ran into and asked for some help. So first thing I want to do is take a look at a situation where you're not going to have a problem, because you're not going to have a problem with the headroom. So that could translate into this beam right here needing to be moved if you don't have the headroom clearance between the bottom stairway and the upper ceiling. So let's go ahead and take a look at this way of framing. And as I said, you're not going to have a problem with this because the stairs are going to be sitting on top of the floor framing, and whatever pipe you're going to be running through will run through the floor framing. However, if that is not the case and you need a little more headroom, then you might want to try using this method here. And that would be to install some type of a structural support beam support for the bottom step. Now, this board will need to be ripped down along with the beam in most cases, and you might need to set the beam on top of the floor sheathing to provide you with a taller beam. So keep that in mind if you are going to do something like this. And this board here will also be the front of our riser, and that will become a little clearer here in a few minutes. And we're also going to need hangers. These hangers will be used to support the stringers, and you can see here where this board right here is sitting on top of the floor framing, and in some cases you might be able to modify this if you need a little more headroom. So not too difficult here. We're using a structural beam to support the stringers and some other boards to help create our first step, which we will go ahead and put the treads and risers on to give you an idea of what I was talking about here. And if you do something like this, make sure that it is positioned correctly so that you have the correct overhang and stair tread depth. Now let's start taking a look at how we're going to run a pipe through here. And the pipe that the individual was going to run through here was going to be for a dryer vent. But before I show you a picture of that, let's just take a look at this to provide you with an idea of how you could finish the drywall ceiling to create a flat surface. And that would be to just straight edge down the stringers and then draw a line on the joist so that you can cut a shaped block to fit in here. However, you will not be cutting that block. You will be cutting this block here if you are going to run a pipe through here. So not too difficult. You can see where the framing to support the stair stringer is going to create a nice structurally sound support system so that you don't need to notch the stringers. And for those of you who don't know why we did all of this to begin with, let's just go ahead and take a look at a standard method of construction that won't work in a situation where you're going to run a large pipe through the main structural support of your stair stringer. So something like this you might be able to get away with. You might be able to attach this stringer to the framing studs so that the stringers up against the walls can be structurally supported, but you're still going to have a problem with the middle stringer once you start hacking a lot out of the stringer so that you can run your pipe through it. So that's it for this video. And if you are one of the people who benefited from this particular construction method in any way, make sure that you let us know by leaving a comment in the comment area, or if you enjoyed the video, make sure that you let us know by hitting the thumbs up button.